Have you ever wondered if a simple daily habit could be silently harming your health? One that most people over 65 never even think twice about? What if the very thing you do every day, out of comfort or routine, is quietly shortening your life without any warning signs? And here's the shocking part. Doctors say it's not some rare disease or bad luck, but something completely preventable. There's a behavior that far too many people between the ages of 65 and 80 continue doing every single day without realizing how much damage it causes. It doesn't just slow down your health, it can silently take years off your life. The truth is, once you reach this stage, your body changes in ways that make certain habits far more dangerous than they used to be. What worked perfectly fine in your 40s or 50s may now be putting you at serious risk, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 daily habits you must stop doing immediately if you're between 65 and 80. These changes could be the difference between simply aging and truly living with strength, energy, and longevity. Stick with me until the very end, because the final one is something almost no one talks about, yet it's one of the biggest silent mistakes older adults make. Before we dive in, make sure you've subscribed and turned on the notification bell so you won't miss future videos like this. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, so I know how to keep improving our content for you. Now, let's begin. Mistake number 1. Sitting for long periods without movement. One of the worst things you can do for your body after 60 is to sit for too long. You might think, but I take walks every day. I'm active enough. However, here's the truth. Even if you exercise regularly, sitting for long hours can still increase your risk of heart disease, muscle loss, and poor circulation. Studies show that prolonged sitting slows your metabolism, weakens your legs and core, and puts excess strain on your joints, all of which can lead to reduced mobility, chronic pain, and a higher chance of falls. Think about it. Have you ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt your knees ache or your back tighten? That's your body's way of saying it's not getting enough movement. Extended sitting reduces blood flow, stiffens your muscles and joints, and increases the risk of blood clots, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. Your body was designed to move, not to stay still for hours at a time. George, who's 72, learned this lesson the hard way. He used to believe that his daily walk was enough to stay healthy. But over time, he started noticing that his legs felt weaker and his lower back pain kept getting worse. When he finally talked to his doctor, he was surprised to hear that the problem wasn't his lack of walking. It was the long hours he spent sitting in between. His body simply wasn't getting the steady movement it needed throughout the day. So, George made one simple change. He set a timer to remind himself to stand up and move every 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes he stretched, sometimes he walked to the kitchen, and other times he just moved his arms and rolled his shoulders. Within a few weeks, he felt the difference. The stiffness was gone, his circulation improved, and he noticed a surprising boost in his daily energy. It was as if his body was thanking him for listening. Here's something you can try right now. If you've been sitting for more than an hour, pause this video for a moment and stand up. Roll your shoulders, stretch your arms, move your legs a little, or take a few steps around the room. Do you feel that immediate relief in your muscles? That lightness? That's your body reminding you it needs movement, not just once a day, but regularly. The key isn't only to exercise, it's to stay in motion, small, consistent activities throughout the day. Standing up, stretching, taking short walks, or even just shifting positions, can have a tremendous impact on your circulation, your joints, and your overall vitality. If sitting for long periods has been part of your routine, now is the perfect time to change it. The earlier you start, the better your body will thank you in the years ahead. Mistake number 2, ignoring protein intake and losing muscle mass. Another common mistake many people make after 60 is not getting enough protein, and it's costing them more than they realize. You might think, I eat enough food, so I must be fine. But the truth is, as you age, your body becomes less efficient at processing protein. This means you actually need more of it to maintain muscle mass and strength, than you did in your younger years. When you don't get enough protein, your body slowly loses muscle, often without you noticing. This gradual process, known as sarcopenia, is one of the biggest threats to independence as we grow older. At first, it's subtle. You might notice that getting up from a chair takes more effort, carrying groceries feels heavier, or climbing stairs leaves you a bit more winded. But over time, these small signs add up. The real danger lies in how hard it becomes to rebuild lost muscle. Once muscle strength declines, balance and stability suffer too, greatly increasing the risk of falls and injuries. That's exactly what happened to Richard, a 68-year-old who thought he was eating well. Over the years, he started noticing that his legs didn't feel as strong, and his arms seemed thinner. What he didn't realize was that his diet wasn't giving his body the protein it needed to stay strong. Richard also realized that his energy levels weren't what they used to be. Tasks that once felt easy, like carrying groceries or taking a brisk walk, now left him tired and sluggish. When he finally visited his doctor, the explanation was simple yet eye-opening. He wasn't consuming enough protein to maintain his muscle strength. His meals were filling, but not truly nourishing for his aging body. After that appointment, Richard made a few key changes. He began adding more lean meats, eggs, beans, nuts, and protein-rich dairy products to his daily diet. Within just a few weeks, he noticed remarkable improvements. His legs felt sturdier, his energy returned, and he even felt more stable when walking. It wasn't a miracle. It was his body responding to the proper fuel it had been missing. Here's a simple test you can try right now to assess your own muscle strength. Sit in a sturdy chair with your arms crossed over your chest, and then try standing up without using your hands. Was it easy, or did it feel harder than expected? If you struggled or felt unsteady, that's your body's way of telling you it needs more protein, and perhaps some strength training to rebuild what time has quietly taken away. If you're still eating the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, it's time to rethink your habits. Your nutritional needs have changed, even if your appetite hasn't. Increasing your protein intake isn't just beneficial. It's essential for keeping you strong, mobile, and independent well into your later years. Mistake number 3: neglecting sleep and disrupting your body's repair process. Many people assume that needing less sleep is just a natural part of getting older. But that's one of the biggest myths about aging. The truth is, your body still requires deep, restorative sleep to function properly. Sleep doesn't just rest your mind. It repairs muscles, supports memory and focus, regulates blood pressure, and strengthens your immune system. As people age, though, many begin developing poor sleep habits that disrupt this vital process. Late-night screen time, irregular bedtimes, caffeine in the afternoon, or too many naps during the day can all interfere with deep sleep cycles. Over time, this leads to chronic fatigue, inflammation, mood swings, and even a higher risk of heart disease or cognitive decline. Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night and struggling to fall back asleep? Or do you sometimes wake up in the morning still feeling tired, even after a full night in bed? That's a sign that your body isn't getting the deep, restorative rest it needs. And the consequences go far beyond simply feeling groggy. They can affect your long-term health in ways you may not realize. Studies show that ongoing sleep deprivation weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and accelerates memory loss over time. Frank, who's 71, used to think sleeping fewer hours was just part of aging. But as the years passed, he began noticing daytime fatigue, brain fog, and even fluctuations in his blood pressure. When his doctor examined him, the verdict was clear. His body wasn't getting enough deep sleep to properly repair itself. Frank's key to recovery was improving his nighttime habits. He didn't overhaul his entire life. He simply made a few thoughtful adjustments. He stopped using screens late at night, avoided caffeine after the afternoon, and began following a calming bedtime routine. Within just a few weeks, the difference was remarkable. His energy returned, his focus sharpened, and his overall mood and health improved. It wasn't magic. It was simply the power of better sleep hygiene. If you're not sure whether your sleep is truly restorative, here's an easy test. When you wake up, do you feel rested, clear-headed, and ready to start your day? Or do you feel sluggish, foggy, and in need of extra time to get going? If mornings often leave you feeling drained, that's your body's signal that your sleep quality isn't serving you, and now is the time to fix it. Quality sleep isn't optional. It's one of the most essential pillars of long-term health, supporting everything from memory and heart function to muscle recovery and immune strength. Without it, even the healthiest lifestyle habits can't perform at their best. Mistake number 4. Avoiding strength and balance training. Another major mistake people make after 60 is assuming that walking alone is enough exercise. While walking is wonderful for your heart, lungs, and mobility, it doesn't fully protect your strength, balance, or stability. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, coordination begins to fade, and balance declines, unless we actively work to counteract it. Here's something most people don't realize. Falls are the #1 cause of injury among older adults. And surprisingly, most falls don't happen because of weak legs. They happen because of poor balance and underused stabilizing muscles. If you're not challenging your body with gentle strength and stability exercises, you're unintentionally increasing your vulnerability to slips, trips, and even serious injuries. Take Edward, for example, a 74-year-old who used to take daily walks and thought that was enough. One day, while stepping off a curb, he misjudged his footing, lost his balance, and fell hard. Thankfully, he didn't break anything, but the incident shook his confidence. When he spoke to his doctor, he learned that his balance had deteriorated, not because of age itself, but because he wasn't engaging the muscles responsible for stability. So, Edward began incorporating simple strength training, gentle core exercises, and balance drills into his routine. Within just a few weeks, he noticed he felt stronger, more stable, and far less fearful of falling. He even began to walk taller and with greater ease. Strength training doesn't have to mean heavy lifting at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, performing bodyweight squats, practicing standing on one foot, or using a sturdy chair for gentle support. The key is consistency, training your muscles a little every day to maintain the balance, strength, and confidence that help you stay independent and active for years to come. Strength training becomes most effective when paired with balance work. Supporting yourself while doing leg exercises, whether by holding onto a countertop or a sturdy chair, can make a big difference as you challenge your stability safely. The real key is to engage your muscles in ways that test both your strength and coordination. This keeps your body strong, steady, and resilient, even as the years pass. Here's a quick way to test your current balance. Stand near a counter or wall for safety, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and see if you can hold that position for at least 10 seconds. How did that feel? If it was difficult, or if you found yourself wobbling, that's your body's way of signaling that your balance needs work. The sooner you start improving it, the better. Balance and muscle strength are the foundation of mobility, and neglecting them after 60 is one of the quickest paths to losing independence. If walking has been your only form of activity, now is the time to expand your routine. Add strength and stability exercises that help you stay active, independent, and free from injury. These movements don't have to be intense, just consistent. Even a few minutes each day can protect your body from decline and keep your confidence high as you move through life. Mistake number 5. Ignoring hydration and dehydrating your body. One of the most underestimated health risks after 60 is dehydration. Many people believe that if they're not feeling thirsty, their body must be fine. But here's the truth. As you age, your body's natural thirst signals weaken, meaning you might already be dehydrated before you ever feel thirsty, and that lack of hydration can take a serious toll. Chronic dehydration doesn't just make you feel tired, it can cause joint pain, constipation, kidney problems, confusion, and even increase your risk of falling. Dehydration is sneaky because most people assume that drinking coffee, tea, or the occasional glass of water is enough. But by the time thirst hits, your body is already playing catch-up. The consequences go beyond a dry mouth. When your body doesn't get enough fluids, your muscles lose flexibility, your blood thickens, and your organs have to work harder. You may feel dizzy when standing up, or your energy might drop in the afternoon for no clear reason. These are all signs that your body is struggling to function without adequate hydration. So, if you're over 60, drinking water consistently throughout the day is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to protect your health. Hydration supports everything, from brain function to digestion to joint health, and it helps your body maintain strength, balance, and overall vitality. It's not just about quenching thirst. It's about keeping every cell in your body functioning at its best. As we age, dehydration quietly begins to affect almost every part of the body. Muscles become weaker, joints lose lubrication, and even brain function starts to slow down, leading to dizziness, poor focus, and a greater risk of falls or injury. This is exactly what happened to Walter, age 76. He believed he was drinking enough each day. After all, he had his morning coffee and a glass of water with meals. But over time, subtle warning signs began to appear. He started getting more frequent headaches, muscle cramps, and occasional lightheadedness when standing up too quickly. When Walter finally spoke to his doctor, he learned that his routine was working against him. Coffee and tea, though enjoyable, act as mild diuretics. They cause your body to lose water instead of replenishing it. The result was dehydration, even though he thought he was drinking enough. So, Walter decided to make one small but powerful change. Each morning, he began his day with a full glass of water before anything else. Throughout the day, he kept a bottle nearby and took small sips regularly. The results were noticeable within just a few weeks. His energy improved, his digestion felt smoother, and his joints no longer felt as stiff or achy. Even his mind felt sharper and clearer. Sometimes, the simplest adjustments can make the biggest difference. Here's a quick way to test whether your body is well hydrated. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and hold it for a second. If it snaps back quickly, you're likely in good shape. But if it takes a moment to settle, that's a sign your body needs more water. This simple test can reveal what your body may already be trying to tell you. The good news is that this issue is one of the easiest to fix. Keeping a glass of water within reach and taking regular sips throughout the day can dramatically boost your energy, digestion, joint flexibility, and even cognitive performance. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. By that time, your body is already struggling to catch up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a few moments to reflect on the 5 mistakes we've covered. If you've been doing any of them, don't worry. It's never too late to change. Whether it's breaking up long periods of sitting, adding more protein to your diet, improving your sleep, incorporating strength and balance training, or staying hydrated, every step counts. Each small improvement you make today strengthens your health, protects your independence, and adds vitality to your later years. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace. Take care of yourself, stay active, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more empowering tips on living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. Staying hydrated and making small daily improvements might seem simple, but over time, these choices build a stronger, healthier, and more independent version of yourself. The encouraging truth is that your body is remarkably resilient. Even if you've been following less than ideal habits for years, it's never too late to turn things around. You can begin today, one small step at a time. The secret to real transformation isn't drastic change. It's consistency. Small, intentional actions performed every day have an extraordinary cumulative effect. When you commit to breaking long periods of sitting, eating more protein, improving your sleep, staying active with strength training, and drinking enough water, you are essentially giving your body the tools it needs to thrive, not just survive. Your health isn't merely about avoiding disease, it's about preserving strength, mobility, and vitality. Imagine waking up each morning with energy, feeling confident in your movements, and knowing that you're actively protecting your independence. That's the kind of life these small daily choices can help you achieve. So, take a moment to reflect. Which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most right now? Have you noticed any changes in your energy, strength, or overall well-being lately? Your awareness is the first step toward improvement, and your decision to act today could redefine how you feel in the years ahead. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your daily life. Your experiences and insights truly inspire others, and reading your comments gives us the motivation to keep creating meaningful, informative content for you. If you found this video valuable, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from it. Your support helps us continue producing helpful, empowering content designed to keep you informed, strong, and inspired. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more life-changing insights to help you stay vibrant and full of energy every single day.